3.
Good morning, everybody. What we want to do now is talk about energy resources. But what comes to your mind when you hear about energy resources? To start, let me explain you what is energy resources. Energy resources are those natural resources where people utilize them to transform in energy. But why are people looking for new ways and new energy sources? Well, in the beginning, people just used to utilize one type of energy, which wasn't enough for all humans. It was the fire. They used the fire to many things: to cook, to shine, to scare the wildest predators. Later, their own needs forced them to emigrate, where many times, accidentally, they found other types of energy. Then, finally, in the year 1973, people were utilizing the fuel as the only energy sources. However, when they realized it was enough and the only energy source is getting over, they started worrying about that. They started studying more kinds of energy sources. And at the end, they succeeded with the use of that technology. Then, let me ask you this question. What kind of energy sources do people have now? Nowadays, people have many kinds of energy. Some of them are the solar power, the wind power, the coal, the ocean or tidal power, the geothermal energy, the fuel, the ethanol, and many more kinds of energy sources. Next, my partner will tell you something about more this topic.
Yeah.
Okay. To begin with, have you ever heard about tidal or ocean power? Well, tidal or ocean energy is a renewable source of electricity, which does not result in the emission of gases responsible for global warming or acid rain, associated with fossil fuel-generated electricity. Use of tidal energy could also decrease the need of nuclear power. This utilized technique is linked with a tide, and it consists in to guide the sea's tide into a huge wooden bowl, and in the middle of the process turn on the turbines of an electric plant. Well, when the waves move on, it is assumed that generates electricity. Also, this kind of energy is studied by some experts. Furthermore, it's available in any weather and any time of the year. Well, let me give you some examples of some places that uses this source of energy. The first power plant was raised in France. It was working for a period for 2 decades, since 1967. Also, the project of Russia. This power plant is located in the Sea of Barents. There are no consequences by using this kind of energy. The few studies have been undertaken to date to identify the environmental impacts of tidal power. That determine the site is a different and impacts depend generally upon local geography. The ocean power is non-polluting, is reliable and predictable. Tidal barrages, undersea tidal turbines like wind power driven by the sea. Thanks. So the next partner will talk about more examples and facts.
Yeah.
To continue, we will answer this question. Why tidal energy? Well, because a tidal electricity can be used to display the electricity which will be generated by fossil fuels and others. Information about it, I would like to focus on the advantage and disadvantage of tidal power. Also, tidal power is a good way to get renewable energy. It has some advantage and disadvantage. Well, some advantage of this power are that it produces energy that is free because it comes from the ocean power. This is why it doesn't produce greenhouse gases or other waste. Also, that the electricity of tidal power is constant, efficient, and reliable. because tides are definitely predictable. And this predictability gives us knowledge when the tide will be in and out. In addition, tidal power belongs to the most efficient energy sources by having efficiency of approximately 80%. This is much better efficiency as a comparison to other more popular renewable energy sources such as solar and wind. But on the other hand, we have the disadvantage. Some of them are the tidal power only provides power for around 10 hours each day. This means that if tidal power wants to be considered as a reliable source of energy, it needs to be accompanied with some effective energy storage solution. Besides, the construction of tidal power plant can disrupt fish migration in the ocean. Also, the barrage that is constructed may destroy the habitat of wildlife living near it. Finally, other disadvantage is that tidal energy is currently more expensive to generate than conventional energy or that from many other renewable sources. As you can see, tidal power can help us, but also can affect us. So, in my opinion, a government or a nation want to implement and use this energy, they have to consider the advantage and disadvantage that it has. Next panel will tell us the conclusion of this topic. Thank you.
In conclusion, hardly tidal energy could be an important source of energy in general terms because few locations meet the requirement for building a system of these types. The use of these types of marine energy is slowed by the modification of the landscape and ecological impact. This is caused by that most plants need more space. Let me stress that technological development of this energy is scarce because it needs a high economic cost. Actually, the use of renewable energy presents major technical problems due to the difficulty of finding enough lines and corrosion resistant materials. Tidal measurement to calculate the frequency and magnitude which estimates can be made of their behavior. Until recent years, apparatus for predicting tides were mechanical. Now, people use electronic computers that do the work more quickly and efficiently and are programmed to actually print tide tables. A tidal power plant can be designed to operate in different ways, which depend on the number of cycles and the sense of achievements of the types. Thank you very much. That was all.